Welcome back, everybody. Got some things to go over today. I wasn't necessarily planning on a video today, but things started piling up. A lot of news to kind of just touch on really quick. So we are going to get into that. I also did kind of find the reason, or at least part of the reason for some of the volatility that we saw yesterday. So I do want to get into that. It's something that we'll probably want to watch going into the future a bit too, because it could affect the market even further. So we're going to get into all of that, guys. But before we get into that, again, over here on Instagram, we have Stevens Forever Farm Sanctuary. These guys are the small sanctuary that I'm really trying to help raise some money for this month. If you guys have a few bucks, please go over and help, at least consider helping these guys out. Really cool sanctuary, doing some good work for these needy and abandoned and abused animals that they're taking care of now. So please consider it. I did notice after my video yesterday, they do have a bonfire here listed on their Instagram here. So I did go over there. They do have, it looks like they just have one shirt available in several, different colors and whatnot. But kind of cool if you want to grab a t-shirt and help their animals out this way. That's also really cool. So I will have the link to their bonfire in the description, their Instagram, Facebook. But I also noticed they have a Cash App, so that I will have that link. They have Venmo, PayPal. All of these links will be in the descriptions of the video this month. So if you guys have anything to give, this would be an awesome opportunity. Also, they're a nonprofit, so anything you donate to them really goes to help your tax situation come tax time as well. So remember that if you do donate, keep some kind of proof, whether it, be just a screenshot or whatever. I believe that works as kind of a receipt on things that you've donated. So yeah, help yourself, help these guys out. Always appreciated on my end. Okay, so let's get into the news that happened yesterday, guys. This is what kind of happened yesterday. It was South Korea. And what happened is what I would call a military coup. The president, although it's not really a military coup, I guess, because it's the president that's doing this. But basically, the president over in South Korea declared martial law yesterday and, basically said there's not going to be any political, organizing, all kinds of things. But the reason he did this was he claimed that the opposing party in this democracy was conspiring with North Korea and, I don't know, all kinds of crazy things. But really, if you kind of dig into it, what happened was, he hasn't been able to fully, his approval ratings have been super low, even though he got elected. Once he got in, he's just done pretty horribly, according to the South Korean people. They don't approve. A lot of them want to see him resign or be impeached. And he hasn't been able to get a lot done because the opposing party controls, essentially kind of the Senate or the Congress or whatever. And so he hasn't been able to do a lot without being checked from the other side. On top of that, his wife did something and has been under a lot of scrutiny over there. And I don't know the whole story there, guys, but his wife did something and people are calling for investigations. And so once his wife started getting calls for an investigation into their, her life, basically their life, he declared martial law. And basically, kind of set himself up to be like a military enforced dictator, basically. But within not too long, a few hours, even though political organizing and whatnot, political anything was kind of banned under this martial law, effectively kind of their Senate or Congress got together and held a unanimous vote to lift the martial law. So I don't know, guys, just a lot of stable government things going on in South Korea. The reason this matters, guys, is South Korea is a huge crypto country. These guys are crazy about crypto, so much so that the Korean crypto exchanges normally trade crypto at a premium because there's so much interest in crypto in Korea that it actually trades at a premium. So when these guys saw Bitcoin, which usually trades above our price, it crashed to 65K in Korea. And I think it's rebounded since then. Whales have kind of stepped in and bought that up and played that arbitrage. But guys, if we jump over to the charts yesterday, this, you can see it did affect our market a bit as well. This right here is kind of the time frame that martial law and all that instability in the government in Korea was happening. So, we did crash from what we went from. We almost hit, 97 here and crashed all the way down to 93 over the course of the day yesterday, while all that was going on. So, anyways, guys, there's expected to be, instability within the government over there. They're trying to impeach this guy for basically organizing a military coup to set himself up. So they are trying to impeach him. There's going to be, it's just going to be an unstable period for that country. We can expect some volatility because of that, I think. But guys, the volatility probably doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. As I always say with volatility, volatility is kind of a gift. And here's the thing, guys. Here's why I think it'll be a good thing for crypto in Korea is if you think about it, and if your government, generally risk on assets like crypto and Bitcoin, react negatively to insecurity or instability, uncertainty, all those things. Usually it goes down in times of uncertainty. But if you think about this type of instability and uncertainty, you'll find that if your government really had a lot of instability and you were worried, what better place to put your wealth than crypto? And here's why. If the government gets so crazy and your country is so unstable that you need to flee across the border and worry about military enforcement of asset seizures, the only thing you need to transfer all of your wealth across borders is 12 words memorized in your head. You can literally be searched and shaken down at the border by military police, and they won't be able to know that you even have anything. So I think essentially the Korean people will really kind of see this as kind of a safe haven for them and their wealth and, their property. crypto is that this is one of those instances that crypto absolutely solves. And the same thing happened last year here in the US, guys. If you remember, in 2023, we had several bank failures in 2023. And initially, the uncertainty of that, we did see a drop in crypto, and we had some instability with USDC and whatnot. And we saw the market kind of dip initially right on those bank failures. But once people realized that crypto and Bitcoin actually was that safe haven against that kind of instability, uncertainty with banks crashing, and realizing Bitcoin solves this, we saw a big jump in price. And so, guys, I think this eventually ends up being a positive thing for crypto. Although yesterday, amongst all the confusion, obviously, things crashed over in Korea. A lot of the exchanges went down too, so that didn't help. Which also, guys, goes to show you, if you are still keeping your crypto on exchanges, you've really got to think about getting off, because if let's say the Korean government potentially seized a crypto exchange and took over and seized all those assets, you don't want your crypto to be seized along with all of that. So you need to get off of exchanges. And this isn't above the US either. We saw FTX happen, and a lot of people learned their lesson there. But if you're still on exchanges and you're thinking that your crypto is safe, guys, you've really got to rethink it. And just to kind of give a plug here, guys, one of my favorite cold wallets that I've used, and I have several, guys. The one that I really like the best is Tangem. It's just, they come in 2 and 3 card sets. They're just little, almost like credit cards, but they've got a chip inside them. You have to scan it to the back of your phone. Anytime you want to do anything with your crypto, it'll get you off exchanges and be a lot safer, guys. And if you guys are interested in that, guys, I do have this Tangem code. It'll get you 10% off. It gets me a little bit of, I think like $5. But also, guys, these Tangem wallets are only like $50. So if you're thinking that, getting your crypto off exchange and into a cold wallet is super expensive or anything, I do have the Elapal Titan also that was like a $200 thing. Tangem is like super affordable, and honestly, guys, just, I don't know, be careful, do what you need to with your coins, but just be safe. Okay, so going beyond the Korean thing, guys, this week we also let me get back over to this browser. We also did see, again, MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor steps in and buys another $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. These guys are honestly just swallowing everything they can up. And, obviously 1.5 billion, it's big, but it's not as big as what they have done the past few weeks. They did 4.5 billion and then, or 4.6 billion and $5.4 billion buys the few weeks before. But it's just the constant, like, these guys are just constantly buying now. It was about a month ago or so that Michael Saylor came out with this plan to buy, I believe, 21 billion worth. I don't know. It was something 21 because there was significance there with 21 million Bitcoin, and it was kind of a symbolic plan, if you will. But they came out with this plan just a month ago, and they've already just swallowed up a ton of it. So anyways, that was in the news 2 days ago. These guys are just buying constantly. Every week, it seems like these guys are buying billions of dollars worth of crypto. Again, now this came in today that Trump plans to nominate Paul Atkins as SEC chair in crypto-friendly move. Paul Atkins, super crypto-friendly guy. He was a previous SEC chair. The thing here is we're not really sure if Atkins is 100% on board with taking this job. But again, guys, the nominations for government positions and being pro crypto just continues with Trump. And I don't know if he's purposely doing this because they're pro crypto, but almost, I mean, just about everybody he's named as a nomination has been pro crypto. So we've got that with the SEC chair. And also today we had this news. Trump considers pro crypto Perry Ann Boring and Caroline Pham as possible CFTC chairs. Again, guys, keywords, pro crypto. Now I will say this, guys, I'm optimistically careful. Like I'm optimistic, but also a little skeptical. And maybe this is just because we've been burnt in the past, because you guys listen, when Gary Gensler was appointed as the SEC chair, everybody applauded that and thought it was a great decision because everybody saw him as very pro crypto, and he was before he took that seat. And everything he's done since has just been an absolute failure to the crypto industry and to investors. So I'm carefully optimistic about these appointees. But again, also this is not just one seat. This is almost across the board. Every nominee that Trump is kind of going with. Now, say what you want about these people, about their other, issues and whatever. All I'm saying is it's shaping up to be a very pro-crypto administration, I think. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see what happens. In other news, guys, Ethereum has just been, a nonstop as we've been consolidating with Bitcoin and some of these other coins. Ethereum has just completely outdone everything else, short of some of the coins that have done like 5Xs. XRP, ADA, and some of these coins have absolutely gone nuts on the news of Gary Gensler resigning. But Ethereum has been also doing some crazy things. A few days ago, spot Ether ETFs saw more inflows than Bitcoin ETFs did. So all of a sudden, things are flipping for Ethereum now too. So something to keep your eye on. Next, we're going to kind of go over into the FedWatch tool. Guys, this is the kind of the predictive FedWatch website that kind of shows where we're sitting on the likelihood of getting an FOMC that will cut rates or leave it the same. Now, the interesting thing is that this really jumped the last few days as we got job numbers in and some of the economic numbers coming in for the first of the month. I think the last time I reported on this, it was pretty much a coin toss. almost 50-50 on whether we'd stay at the same rates or actually get a cut. But since, the last few things have come out, it's pretty likely that we're going to get another cut this month, which, increases liquidity and is always good for Bitcoin, guys. So something to watch there. Now this meeting will be on December 18th. So a few weeks to go until they actually come out with these cuts. Okay, so the next thing I just wanted to show you guys really quick was the Bitcoin ETFs. Obviously they're just, continuing to swallow up. Yesterday they did almost $700 million of inflows, mainly due to BlackRock, guys. These guys, BlackRock is doing a really good job in enforcing behavior of their investors. While everybody else is remaining kind of iffy here and there and even outflows, BlackRock remains the one that usually is having significant inflows. So, same old there as it goes for those Bitcoin ETFs. Now, I do want to go over to the charts really quick. We're not going to get into a lot of analytical, levels or anything here. And I did show you, kind of where that whole South Korean thing went yesterday. Let's see. I do want to jump over. There's one chart I want to show you, and that's Bitcoin dominance. And we're going to have to zoom out pretty good here. We're actually going to go to the daily in here. So guys, you can see Bitcoin dominance, the last, how many days, probably a few weeks, we have just kind of been falling off a cliff ever since like November 21st, guys, was right here where we hit that high on the Bitcoin dominance at about 62% of the market cap. And since we've just fallen through this, guys, and you can see this line that I've drawn, and this is going back, all the way through 2023, but we were kind of in this upwards trending thing. And we have in the last few weeks fallen through that, guys. Now, this isn't a chart that you can trade, guys. This is just Bitcoin dominance versus the rest of the crypto market. So what this kind of shows you is when altcoin season is starting, and kind of, what altcoins are doing in comparison to Bitcoin. So is altcoin season finally starting? And, according to this chart, I think it would be hard to say no, but, we'll see. We'll see, I guess. Ethereum's definitely been doing awesome, and a lot of altcoins, according to this chart, have been killing it in relation to Bitcoin. Now, again, this doesn't mean bad news for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has about a year left of the bull run, according to the 4-year cycle. So Bitcoin will continue to do really well, but this is kind of showing that altcoins have been outperforming Bitcoin. Now, let me just show you kind of what altcoin season looks like. We'll go clear back. Here, this was about the same time frame last cycle, guys, end of the year of 2020, and we started crashing, and we kept crashing for about 5 months until we hit this. Now, in the meantime, Bitcoin was still making moves upwards, but again, altcoins were just flying. So again, guys, do we have a regular altcoin season like we've seen in the past this time? And kind of crash back down to this 40% or so from the 60s that we saw. It's hard to say, guys. With the Bitcoin ETFs and just institutions piling in, I would almost imagine it be kind of a little bit milder of an altcoin season. But you never know. Bitcoin is a hell of a gateway drug. So some of these institutions that have a little more appetite for risk could do the same kind of thing and see what Bitcoin has done for them over the last little while and start moving into smaller coins, especially with a crypto-friendly administration coming in. So hard to say what's going to happen, but just, I just did want to show you guys that it is kind of dropping off, and that would kind of signal a move into altcoins. So something to think about, something to watch. Guys, again, always appreciated that you guys lend me the time to kind of take out of your day and watch my videos. Again, if you guys have any comments or questions that you want to see me answer or get my opinion on, always appreciated. Let me know in the comments and I will definitely get to those in the next videos. I guess until next time, I will see ya and, have a plan. Stay crypto. Bye.